Mind Gap Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin. And Doug, if you had to haunt a single location for the rest of eternity, where would you choose and what would you do to mess with people?
Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World.
Yes! You and I had the same fucking answer.
Yeah! Well, it's...
Yes!
Yeah, so I'm haunting it, and what I'm going to do to
Yes.
mess with people is I'm going to watch for people that break the rules.
Ooh,
Doug rules.
oh, now we're talking. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So,
Let's get to it.
So we're talking
Let's get
like
to it.
people who try to shut down an entire common area so they can take a photo. Guess what? That camera is getting thrown in the water. Like that camera is getting fucked. Or that, you know what? That bridge is collapsing and people are going to die and drown. You know what? I'll tell you that much.
Oh, so you're a vindictive ghost. It's not like just like a light haunting. There's murder happening.
Maybe. Depends.
You're bringing people to your plane of existence.
That's right. It's like, welcome to the
Right,
show,
yeah.
bitch. You know.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
I was just thinking
people
like,
who cut in
wow.
line, people who don't pay attention to the line, and you know everyone's moving forward and they're not because they're fucking around. You know, and you're like, hey, keep moving, please. People who are just obnoxious, being jerks and things like that. I mean, their wallets are getting lost. You know, their
Amen to
cell
that.
phones, their passports disappearing. You know.
I was thinking
They're going to
that
get
you were just
measles,
gonna-
but not because of me, just because they don't vaccinate anymore down there. So that's just on their own, you know?
That's just Florida.
That's
in
just Florida,
general.
you know? Yeah.
That's just decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say that their pictures. Oh, they're going to have all sorts of like floaties in there. Some of them they won't even be able. I'm going to go right in front of the lens. No, they're going to die. Straight up die.
Or just like their
I like
phone's
that.
going to get destroyed. So it's like, yeah, there's your pictures. Fuck you. Also, good luck using the Genie Pass now because your phone's fucked, you know?
I'll tell you what I would love to do is go to the Haunted Mansion and haunt in the Haunted Mansion and just like pure chaos.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the teacups.
What do you do with the teacups?
Oh, you make them spin way too fast.
Yeah. There you go.
All those kids are getting sick. Done.
Honestly, just go on that fucking whatever, that expedition thing at Epcot, that space mission space, where you basically get in a centrifuge and you don't realize it, and you're like, "Hey, welcome to the G-Force." I rode that ride once, and I'm like, I feel gross. I don't want to do.
I don't think I ever rode that ride. That would be
That ride is-
horrible. That sounds.
It's supposed to simulate going to space, and I'm like, no, thank you. I did it one time, and Jill and I were wrecked the rest of the day. I'm like, that's awful. And this kid was on the bus with us. He's like, I rode it 5 times. I'm like, good for you. I think this is the first time that I feel the effects of this as I'm aging. I'm like, ugh. I'd also haunt the corporate interests at the Magic Kingdom. You know, as the corporate people are wandering around, being like, we ought to raise prices. Those people are getting just their vast deferens are getting snipped. It's gonna happen. Just. You know,
I like the idea that Ghost You carries a ghost scalpel.
Oh no,
that can actually have like corporeal,
based on the physics of the movie Ghost, you can control objects. You know, with your ghost powers. You know, so scissors just gonna come out of nowhere and clip the sack.
Yeah.
You know.
I also like the fact you're
hot grease just shoots on your crotch. You know, like
it's nothing but recon work for you. Like you're just following and waiting, just waiting for the executives to make a wrong decision. Usually, you just slowly.
And I want people to know they're like, I like it. So it's like, hey, everyone knows. There's a thing that haunts this place. Like it makes itself well known. You follow the rules. You know, like
it seems to only affect people who break rules.
Yeah, they started like. Scientists are there studying the pattern. Like there seems to be like some social contract that people are breaking, and this entity doesn't seem to like it. It doesn't seem to like corporate interests. It doesn't like people who don't follow the rules. There's this get super nerdy, and the Warhammer 40K universe.
Here we go. Tell me.
There are these, there's the Space Marines and sort of like the godfather of all of them. The Emperor is the one who's in charge of all of that. And he made like 20 super like leaders of each division of Space Marines, and one of them in particular, his name escapes me, but he's the one that ultimately becomes in charge of the Night Lords. And these Primarchs are so genetically modified that they get scattered when they're like, born in their pods, and they get sent to all the different corners of the universe. And typically when the Primarchs land, they just like will naturally conquer the world because they're that awesome. And this one in particular, this guy, he's on like a dark world that like people just like the sunlight isn't as much. And it's like a savage world where people are just like killing each other and stuff. And he basically becomes evil Batman. And essentially he finds all of the like criminal outfits and he makes examples of them, brutally kills them, leaves their body out on display to the point where crime stops throughout the entire planet because the Night Haunter is watching, and people are like, all right, well, we got to be good or the Night Haunter's going to get us. I'm going to take that sort of ethos to this role as a ghost and be like, there's a ghost here. This ghost doesn't fuck around.
I'm into that, man. It's Ghost Justice Doug.
Yeah.
Has materialized.
Yeah.
I'm into that. The other side of it, of the park that I would like to go to, if we pop over to Hollywood Studios, I'd like to go to the Star Wars section. Because I feel like there's a lot of fun stuff that you could do when one of the actors pretends to use the Force.
Or one of the kids does.
Yeah,
one of the kids
yeah.
And you're like, and the guy's like, fuck.
Like, whoa!
That would be fun. Yeah,
That
to
would be
brighten
a
someone's
lot of
day.
fun.
Let's take a positive spin. How can you make, as a ghost, someone's day better?
Well, no, see, I like how my example is first, like I'd actually choke someone out when someone pretends to do it. And you're like, oh no, but like, let's make it fun.
Yeah, they go force push and you just throw someone up into the air and they break their back,
And they die. It's fun.
It's fun. They literally lightning shoots out of their hands, Like,
right. Or how freaked out would you be when because you've gone on that ride, right?
Yeah.
The one that like where it opens up and it looks like you're in the big bay of
the destroyer,
whatever.
yeah.
And it's got all those stormtroopers lined up. Like, how great would it be if you could somehow make all of those just start walking towards people as they go
they
off,
like as people come on, they all turn,
right? They'd just be like,
oh my God, that's crazy.
Doors just won't open. People are stuck on the ride.
Yeah, I would pilfer the merchandise for people. Just shit would just be flying into bags and things like that. Like, it's all yours.
People just get
run such a loss.
Well, they're gonna be running a loss, or they're all gonna get pinched for shoplifting. Like they're all gonna get in trouble.
Happening?
I didn't put it in my bag.
Yeah.
Well, what did it do? Did it just float off the shelf into your bag? Yes, it did.
All the lightsabers are getting pilfered. Those things that are like $200 or $300, pilfering the shit out of that. Yeah.
The other place that I'd haunt would be the halls of Congress. Just forever. That way I could just keep an eye.
You won't
be alone. That way, I mean, we got ghosts who've been elected in there.
True.
No, I would just to, again talk about keeping people honest.
Yeah.
Like I know. Look, you'd be busy. Like you would never run out of things to do there. But like I would, I'd like to just for the rest of the time, just be like, all right, cool. Here's what we're gonna do. If the minute that one of you steps out of line,
dude, there'd be so many sacks getting flicked on a regular basis, just constantly, just like people going, oh, as they're doing a filibuster or something like that. Like, what happened? They're like, oh, the ghost got him. Flick, flick, flick.
It's the old ghost of justice.
Yeah, it's the ghost of George Washington flicking your nuts.
The forefather. That's it. And see, to make yourself known, you've got to because I'm sure they've got little busts or statues. You've got to just every morning, whichever one you're going to be representing, you just put that statue in the middle of the rotunda.
I'm sorry, the what?
The rotunda. The rotunda.
The
tundra. What?
The rotundra.
The rotundra. The big domey place.
The big place where people go and hang out. The rotunda.
What? That's what I say. What'd you hear?
You said rotundra.
What'd you hear? That's what. I don't think I said it that way.
You said rotundra.
No. The rhododendron.
The Rolodex. Rotoscope. Rotoscope. There is one place else I think I would want to haunt.
Yeah.
I will haunt your butt.
That gets spicy.
You know what's crazy? Realized I didn't have it on the soundboard. I'm like, I got to fix that immediately. So as you were talking, I was like, I'm going to pull this on here because I'm like, where?
And you still were able to catch my fuck up on rhododendron.
Listen, I don't have a high passive perception skill, but sometimes I roll a nat 20. Sometimes I just rolled 13, so I guess that's good enough. I was playing D&D last night, and Natalie was like, "Dad, here's a dice for you," and she gave me this dice. She goes, I'm like, "It's so sweet." She goes, "Did you roll it last night?" I'm like, "I didn't actually have a chance to roll it last night. It was too much role play. I didn't have a chance to do it. But when I do, I was just kind of doing it to pass the time. I'm like, ooh, look at this. Look how many natural ones can I roll in a row? You know, like."
Where'd she get a 20-sided die?
We got it. I forget. It was something with the library.
Okay.
I think there was some sort of thing that either Natalie or Jill did as far as like a prize thing that they won, and part of it was like getting to choose some dice. And she got this cool pink/purple dice that Natalie chose, and Natalie gave it to me, and I'm like, "Thank you, natural 20, let's go!"
There it is.
Woo! Speaking of Natalie, well, first of all, gang, if you were a ghost, where would you haunt for eternity, and why, and what would you do to mess with people? Let us know. YouTube.com/MindGapPodcast. Like and subscribe while you're there. Drop us a comment. We'd love to hear all about it, or anything else as this show goes along. But speaking of Natalie,
speaking of Nat 20s,
speaking of Nat the Cat 20s, I picked her up. It was on last Thursday. I picked her up from school, and she goes, "Dad, you want to hear a new song?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." She goes, "Mary had a little lamb, chick chick boom, no more lamb." I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Wow.
I go, wait a minute. What happened to the lamb? She goes, "It's not there anymore." I go, "That's fucking dark, and I'm here for it."
Wow. Natalie, what kind of firearm are you using?
Yeah, right. I was like, okay, that is funny.
Boom, no more. Holy fuck, dude.
I was like, first dark joke. That's awesome.
Good.
I go, that's
Welcome.
a dark joke. And then when Jill got home, she did it to Jill, and Jill goes, "Whoa!" And then, basically everyone's had the exact same reaction. So I was glad to watch yours happen in real time. That was very, very fun. I was like, that's my girl.
That's something else. Well, here's the thing. You remember back to when we were that age, or just going through later stages of grade school into through junior high, and just all the shit that we learned. And like that's a milestone moment when you get your first dark joke. That's a real milestone.
And honestly, pretty innocent as far as I'm concerned.
All
compared
things
to
considered,
the shit that I knew at her age. What I knew in 4th grade, traumatizing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Which is, again, wild that you knew, that we collectively at this generation knew more at that age, and we had less access to all the information they have. Somehow, I mean, well done to you guys. I'm assuming from shielding her from stuff she didn't need to be privy to, but I don't know. I just feel like less access to information, and man, we knew some fucked up shit.
Part of it was I knew some fucked up kids. So,
I mean, that always helps.
Like I said, I think I told this a couple weeks ago. There was a kid in 4th grade who was talking about how his older brother, like he saw porn in 4th grade and was describing horrific things. I was like, ugh, that sounds awful. Like,
why would anyone do that?
I was like, that's pretty gross. Yeah. Like, and not to mention that, the words that were used to make fun of people, not cool. Back then,
right?
That were getting thrown around all
willy-nilly. Real loose.
Really bad. Not cool.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's why when Jill's like, should we talk to her about, sex? I'm like, we should, because at that age, I was aware of it.
Yeah. It's right. I mean, that topic is right around the corner if it's not there already. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Are you still thinking after Christmas this year is when it's going to happen?
I'm thinking, I feel like we should have give her one more Christmas, and then tell her, no more.
It's the Santa thing first, and then the sex thing.
And then we'll, probably do that, I think. Because also she wants to, her reading habits have upgraded where she, all of a sudden she's fascinated in reading like mysteries,
Ooh,
and she's kind of reading outside of her, above her level a little bit. And so she was reading a book, and she's like pointing to a word. She's like, "Mom, what's that word?" And Jill's like, "That's sexy." And she goes, "What's that mean?" And Jill's like, Like.
Yeah.
Well,
It's part of a bigger conversation.
how do we describe what the word sexy means to a fourth grader? It's like, well,
It means good looking.
yeah, it's like,
Okay, and then she goes out and just, oh, you look sexy today.
yeah,
That's a compliment, right? Yeah. Nope.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, we should have saved that.
There's a lot of things where it's just teaching her intention and tone,
Yeah.
things like that, where it's like, yeah, don't say that
Yeah.
at school.
Well, my favorite is like I'll never forget the story. It's still to this day one of my favorites when she was in preschool, I think.
Yeah.
And she dropped some papers or something, and she said, or she said, well, fuck it, or something, or
She said fuck. And I was
She's
like,
fuck. Yeah. And you're like, well, contextually, I'm not mad.
yeah, this was daycare, like early
Yeah.
on. I was like,
It was South Loop daycare, right?
yeah. And I basically
Yeah.
I told the teacher, I go, well, at least she used it in the right context, so she
Yeah.
understands it.
I'm just like, yeah, this girl's been nailing context since fucking daycare, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's starting to swear a little bit more around the house. I'm like, hey,
Is she?
keep it in check.
Little too loose.
Well,
with it?
because I'm like, I don't care, but I don't want you to develop a bad habit, because then you're going to just say this
It can
without thinking,
it slips out. It does.
She
yeah.
started saying, damn it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
quit it. Quit. Because you're going to say it to the wrong person at the wrong time,
Yeah.
and you're going to get in trouble. And it's like, just don't. All right.
It's one of those where you got to be like, it holds more value if you parse it out. If you just spread it out a little bit more, like it'll be more effective. If you're
Jill
not
and I
always-
don't, and I think Jill lets it loose a lot more than I do. Don't really.
What, Jill? No, come on.
Don't really monitor our language too much.
Yeah.
So, which again, part of me, I don't care. I just
Yeah.
don't want her to use it at the wrong time. To the wrong person.
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
give a shit
Well-
if she swears. I look
that's
forward to
the
the
thing,
day
like-
when she's 16 and we're just dropping F-bombs as jokes and stuff like that. I don't give a shit.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's
That'll
at
be
this age, you still got to like kind of take into account, like you said at school, like, other kids might not be like, where are the, the parameters of, you kind of got to go by like the, the median average of where everyone is kind of like operating.
Mm-hmm. Well,
out
that
of
is just like,
respect.
yeah, like teachers aren't going to handle that very well,
Right.
The other day she goes, Dad, if I said piss at school and I get in trouble, I go, yeah, probably. I go, did you say
Natalie,
that? She goes, no.
Now's a good time to introduce you to George Carlin's 7 Dirty Words.
Right. And only
Yeah.
those are the only 7 dirty words. So
And these are the only 7. Just make sure you use these sparingly and not around the wrong people.
exactly.
And never if you're on television, apparently.
Exactly. Although that has changed, because what is television anymore?
Right?
What is it? TV is an enigma.
Yes. And are we talking about basic cable? Are we talking about premium cable? Are we talking about over-the-air broadcast terrestrial? Are we talking about, sit
Talking
down,
about
Natalie.
Twitch?
It's time. It's time to have a larger conversation about the ecosystem that is entertainment.
Yes, it sucks.
It sucks.
It
You're
sucks.
going to hate it.
It allows your dad to have a fun time with his best friend every week, but it's
But outside of that, yeah, it sucks.
It
No one
sucks.
should
It's
watch what we do.
not fun. It's not cool. Whatever. I'm wondering, at some point, I wonder, as she gets older and has access to this. I was listening to Philip DeFranco the other day. He's talking about how his boys think what
Yeah.
he does is cool, because also their friends think what he does is cool. I'm like,
They
how
watch
weird
him,
is
sure,
that?
Right?
That
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I'm not as cool, even close as cool as Philip DeFranco is. So I'm just spouting off nonsense.
Is she going to watch these and be like, my God, my dad and
Why don't we
Justin
just
would
just
cringe,
pause with,
or-
is she going to watch these? That's the question. And I'd probably not, would be my guess. Maybe
Sure.
someday, who knows? I don't know. But I don't think she's going to be like, boy, I sure can't wait to watch Dad and Justin
to
talk.
catch up on all 600 episodes or whatever the fuck, like...
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it'll be cool. It'd be interesting if sometime in the future she's curious enough to be like, I don't know what Dad was like in his 30s, 40s.
There's an archive. That's all
Yeah.
there is. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Speaking of time
Mm.
and, checkpoints, because we definitely said that word, I think.
We just did. So
Just
yes.
did. Yes. We've kind of danced around this in a couple of things. We talked about this in another episode, but the idea of, would you save or reload? If there was a possibility to create a save point, a checkpoint, then you also had the capability of reloading to said save point. Would you do it? And under what circumstances would you do it? What would prompt you to do it? So, if you are attempting to parallel park in front of people and you fail, you're like, fuck that, I'm reloading.
So most Michiganders?
Yeah, right. You accidentally flirt with someone that you didn't mean to, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to do that.
Right.
If you're like, oh my God, I burned the Thanksgiving ham. Fuck, reload.
Oh no, I said piss at school. Reload.
Oh, no. Oh shit. Now,
shit.
I want to make a stipulation here. You only have one save point at a time. So there's not
yes,
like
because this is something that we talked about. Like, how do you? Yeah, this there's a pitfall you could fall into.
Because
really
when we posted this to the Discord, someone was like, "Oh, I'd go back to 5th grade and X, Y, and Z," and I was like, "No,
you got to hang on to that one save point. Then
you get a save point, and then you got to decide: is it worth it to go back and do this again?
Every time you save, it overwrites.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about what the there's a lot of emotional mental problems in our Discord where people have issues with life, and I'm like, I understand. But the idea is like, if life had save points, would anyone ever improve at anything? That's kind of the question we're going to get at here today. So let's start with the basics. What is a save point? So a save point, from my perspective, is a moment where you're able to be like, boom, I'm locking this in. Everything that's happened up to this point is canon, and we can't change it. It's happened.
Right.
We've done it. This is our save point. And then reloading is basically when you decide to, like, you get to a point, you're like, I'm going back to that save point. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to start from that point.
But that wipes out everything, right?
That wipes out everything you've done up to that point. You're like,
right.
Cool. I'm going back to that save point. So
does that, in your scenario you're setting up here, does that also wipe out any memories or skills that you've, like, do you carry anything back? Or do you wake up, you're like, oh, I must have come back here for some reason?
You go back with the knowledge of what you've done. You carry that knowledge with you.
So it's cumulative knowledge goes back to your it carries through.
Because the point being that you're like, ooh, I want to change that. I want to take a different path. I don't want that to happen again. You would carry that information back with you.
That's interesting, because what if, let's just,
indeed,
and we can touch on this later, but like, what if it didn't? How would that change the checkpoints?
That'd be hilarious.
What if you set yourself back, you're like, shit, I need to redo, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go back to this checkpoint. You just wake up again in the moment. You're like, okay, I must have sent myself back for some reason. What did I not supposed to do now?
That's why I'm also like, that's why it's also not interesting, because you're just going to fumble around again.
Yeah. You're just gonna, how many times do you have to go back? Like, I'm going to write a note to myself.
What was it? Was it something simple?
Right.
Because you can't write a note. You're like, ooh, I saw a spider,
no way to
and that really freaked me
backwards.
out. I don't want to deal with that. Is it something that happens like right away? Or did you go 20 years? Who knows?
Right. How far did I get? Oh, man.
You'll never know, because you just went back to your save point.
Dude, that would break you psychologically. Like, if you were like, did I make it like 20 years? I had a wife and kids and this, and then something that bad happened where I reset, or was it just like 5 minutes in the future? Like, that would just send you fucking spiraling.
Yeah, because you have to be like, okay, I know myself.
Right.
I trust myself. I think I have to set a plan. Like, I have to set up something in my head. These are the rules in which I do this. Like,
right.
Or at least leave copious notes all the time. Well, it doesn't matter. You can't leave notes, because those notes don't. Yeah, you can't do it. Can't do it.
Ooh.
Fun.
Anyway, so you bring with you the knowledge you've accumulated from that checkpoint forward. It can come back with you.
It comes back with you, so you can take a different approach. So, a couple questions, philosophical questions. If nothing is permanent, why behave ethically? That's
the first place that my mind went to.
Right? Because it gives people an opportunity to try stuff out. And then another philosophical question: do you actually build character if you're always able to undo mistakes? Right. Because we learn if there's one thing, I've grown way more from the times that I've put my foot in my mouth than the times I've just skated on by successfully. Right. Well, that's right. When people are like, hey, do you regret, what do you regret in your life? I'm like, not a whole lot. There's some painful stuff, but one of my kind of like practical Doug regrets was going to grad school because it didn't pay off in the way that I thought it did. I took out $50,000 and paid that back, and the only thing I got out of it was a bunch of awesome friends, which was worth it. But
very expensive friends.
But you know what? It was really cool because that's what got me to Chicago, and that's where, that whole story of everything I've ever done in Chicago, unfolded. So to that end, I'm like, I don't regret it because it was what I needed to do. It sucked working at the hotel for 6 years, but God damn it, taught me a lot about myself.
And you got an insane amount of stories out of it.
Lots of stories, a lot of great experience, life experience.
Right.
I fucked up plenty in my life, but
yeah,
I've also become a better person from, recovering from those screw ups. So this makes it very interesting having this power at your fingertips. What does it look like when something happens? So what about you? When you think back, is there anything you deeply regret that you wish you could, undo?
I think I'd be inaccurate if I said no. I think there's probably one or two things that I would go back and change, but I do agree with the fact that there's a lot of, like, I don't know if I changed, if you change too much, you're not where you are now, and some people might hate where they are now and maybe they do want a full redo, but I think if you go back and change anything too significant, like you said, like it's not, there's a reason I didn't get into radio broadcasting, and it led me down a certain path, and I got, this and this, and I met Beth, and I, this thing begat this decision. And I think, I think you'd lose a lot depending on how happy you are with the current time. I think you could stand to lose a lot if you went back and meddled with things too much. So no, I think there's maybe one or two things, but I'm pretty good with what's transpired so far.
Sure. There's definitely some things I wish I could. I mean, there is something very attractive about going back to, like, all right, I'm going to go back to my freshman year of high school with everything that I have of my knowledge up to this point and go back to high school and just be like, I think we all fantasize that we'd be awesome. I don't think we necessarily would. I think we'd just be kind of like cynical and disgruntled.
Oh yeah. Well, especially if because how much is if you know where certain things are, you're like, well, now 2020 is coming. Like, I got a point now where I'm going to have to deal with that again.
Right.
It's a lot of things where you're going to have to go back and you're like, oh man.
But what's also funny is imagine now, going back and it's like, cool, welcome to Algebra 2. And you're like, oh fuck, I still don't know how to do this.
It'd be my nightmare. And I have to do it again? No.
Yeah. You're like, shit, I still don't get this.
Here's the thing I would say is that I think with the knowledge that I have now and the mouth that I got on me now, I do think that I could give I probably would hit detention a lot, but I feel like I could argue my way out of a lot of assignments.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Yeah. That's it.
I think I would appreciate, maybe I would the classes a little bit more, or at least going back and being like, history and things like that. I think more. I would just having a lived human experience and but I think dealing with the social dynamic of everyone there, just everything that everyone cares about, it'd be like, no, this fucking matters,
Right. Oh my God. Do you understand how unpopular you're going to be post high school? To all the pop, go to the cliques, be like, you realize everything that you hold dear right now is going to be meaninless in your next stage in life.
No, and you're God, Justin's so fucking cool.
Yeah, you're right. I am. As I put the sunglasses on and that scream, walking down the hall in
because that show's on at that time.
At that time, it was peak television.
Yeah,
he's just like David Caruso.
Oh my God, David Caruso is the coolest guy ever. Let's talk about Let's talk about everyday reload scenarios and whether or not you would do it. Like, you trip in public, You're going, you got a big old bag of groceries. You just told some dude off that parked like an asshole. And you're like, hey, you fucking idiot. And then you trip in a pothole and you just, bam, your big bag of groceries spills out everywhere. And you're just laying there.
Or you just put someone's garbage back in their cart and said you dropped this, and then you turn and you
trip
just
over
completely
all
you
of the
undermine
crates
your
of Pepsi and knock everything over and stop.
You're like, let me run that back one more time.
And I get up, I'm like, where'd you find the garbage? I'm like, knock the wind out of myself.
I'm so sticky.
I'll pay for it.
So maybe in a situation like that.
Well, the thing is too is like you have this in your back pocket, so it's so tempting to be like, you know what? But where's your save point? That's the thing.
That's like, do you save it?
What if you went through a shitty week of work, right?
Right.
Shitty week of work, you haven't saved it, and then all of a sudden you're like, fuck, I haven't saved it. I'll just deal with it. I don't want to go through that work again. That sucked.
Exactly. Yeah. I think like that. Like for me, I know there's definitely people that I know who we can talk about off mic that that would be something like any one of these harmless reloads. They would be using them constantly. Of course. Like there's such a fear of public embarrassment.
Of course.
And it's just like, God.
You give a terrible handshake, and there's just that awkward moment of like, oh shit.
That where
somehow I went to shake
like,
and
fingertips, or you get the
you go and then all of a sudden you're doing this and they're like, "Milady," and
then yeah,
yeah, or you confidently call someone by the wrong name, and they're like, "What?"
Those I will say, I do feel like an asshole every time that happens.
100%.
I do my best, and I let people know immediately. Like when I show up on a new film set, I let people know, "Hey, look, I suck at names. I'm going to do everything in my power to get yours right. If I do, just find a little grace for me if I get it wrong."
Yeah.
Like, and most people are cool with it, but like that's one that I'm very bad with.
Yeah, same. Or like you're giving a presentation and you fuck up one slide, and you're like, God, I could just start the day over, Give it another whirl,
Give it another. Yeah, you get a big presentation that morning. That's when you got to wake up and you got to go save. All right, let's do this.
Here we go.
Yep.
And you save it like right before the presentation, like can you.
Right. So right before you walk, it's not even when you wake up. It's right before you walk in the door. You're like, save here. Actually, that'd be the play. I think that would,
because what you do is you probably do multiple takes, right? You go in, the first thing you do is you just drop your pants, show your cheeks to everyone, and be like, "Hello, my name is Doug," and you're like,
do the
load.
helicopter thing. Yep.
Yeah, just be like, "Cool, I got that out. I feel good."
Always wanted to do that.
Imagine people are naked, instead you're just like, "Here's my dick," slapping it on the table, and then you're like, "Reload." Reload. And you come back.
So I just like here's my dick.
And you just shout reload and nothing happens.
I forgot to save shit.
Reload. And they're like, why is he yelling reload while hitting his dick on the desk? Whap. Reload. I think we're being awful generous about our size. We say whap. I mean, it's not, it's
that's a pretty big arc that you're making there. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
You got a fire hose? What are you doing here? Hey, that's not what that is.
That's the thing, though. You do have to remember to do that, because if you think, you're like, did I save or not?
Yeah.
And then you go in and just make a horrible decision like that.
Or for some reason, I'd always be paranoid, like today's the day that the reload thing is just not going to work.
Right. What if the game glitches, right?
Yeah. Right. It's just all of a sudden, it's not going to do it.
The file's corrupt. We have to do a hard reboot.
You're like, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So it's like, cool. I mean, those would be tempting to do it, because you have the power.
The bigger one for me would be like doing a presentation for your bosses. Like if I knew I had something big coming up like that, that's when I would probably enable it, and I'd be like, all right, let's. But you're never gonna know tripping in public or giving a terrible. That's never gonna be. Exactly. You're never gonna be able to lock those in.
Yeah, if you can prepare for the moments that you think are gonna be big that you might want another crack
right.
at.
Or you wake up every morning and you just save point. That way I know that we can Groundhog's Day this. I'll just wake up at 6 a.m. every day and that's it.
Right, exactly. And then because that's also, again, I'm thinking of, there's too many logistical things. I can't get into it. Let's talk about some more gray zone stuff. Like,
all right,
you break up with someone and then you reload to be like, maybe I can do this better. Is there a better way to do this?
Sure, better.
The emotional fallout here is pretty intense. Maybe I could, or you're like, you know what? You reload. You're like, you know what? I'll just stay in this relationship.
That wasn't worth it. I don't know.
Nah, I'll just stay in this. Whatever.
They pulled a gun on me.
Yeah.
I guess I'm stuck.
Yeah. They did the whole, what was that one? Deadly Attraction? No, Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction.
They cooked my bunnies,
Yeah. That stew tasted a little gamey.
That's weird, or you're having an argument with your boss and you quit mid-fight. You're like, I should maybe take that again.
But you just keep doing it every time because subconsciously
each time, because they say the thing. They say the thing and you're like, this guy fucking sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, you send a text you regret. Although, to be fair, you can edit text these days, so, you know.
I was going to say, you can actually pull text back now on most, you know, if it's Apple to Apple. I feel like a lot of these, like with the breakups, kind of touching back on what we previously talked about, character building. Like that's where you find your characters when you go through those real uncomfortable. You figure out what you want. I did not handle that well, or I handled that great. They didn't handle it well. How do I handle? I think there's a lot of character building that you would miss out on if you had to.
You know what sucks is if you're just
the option to do that,
oblivious to a relationship falling apart, and you're just like, you know, save, and then you save that morning, and then later that day, the person's like, I want a divorce, and you're like, what? No, reload, and like that whole day, you're like, man, I sure love you, you're the best, yada yada yada, and like, yeah, I want a divorce. You're like, fuck, no, I can't fix it. You know.
That would be, oh man, talk about it. I didn't even think about that. Another trap that you could fall into. Just never getting out of that loop of trying to fix something that is just inevitable. It's doomed to fail.
It's an anchor moment, an anchor event.
Yeah.
And at that point, you've made it an anchor event because you haven't done anything with the relationship, and it's just gotten worse, and now you can't get out of it. So, which would be pretty tough, I think. I mean, there's situations with that where it's like, to avoid some of that stuff, or if someone, same thing, someone breaks up with you, you're young, you're like, oh man, what if there's a way I can avoid this today?
Right. I'm just not going to call him today. I'm just not going to see him. Oh, I can't. I'm sick. I can't see you.
Yeah. Sorry. No. I can't do it. Massive diarrhea.
Right?
All day.
You don't want this. You don't want any part of this.
Like, goddamn right I don't. I'm breaking up with you. Like, shit. Reload. And then we've got like, moral red flags, like, committing a crime just to see what happens.
Yeah, this is where it gets real dicey. I think this would be where a lot of people would fall into. Like, okay, shoot me, and then I just want to feel what it feels like to die, and then we'll reload.
Well, here's the thing. If you die, are you able to reload?
No, the other person would reload. You got to trust that they would reload.
Well, see, this is the thing that's been in my back of my mind. I brought this up when we talked about it before. If you and I and everyone has the ability to reload,
bingo.
What is the canon timeline?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're reloading, but I'm reloading my save point, I don't feel like get out the whiteboard, Justin.
All right, here we go. This is where it falls into it, right? So like let's say you kill, let's say you did that, like you shot someone, like shit, I want to reload, and you reload. Do they come back, or do they? I guess they would have to.
See, this all implies that you're the main character of the story.
Exactly. If you reload, do you just go back to your Oh man, that's
which would desensitize you to the world around you, because the world is now your objective. It is all one thing that you are able to manipulate to achieve your ends. So like you are honestly playing a video game, and I think it would lead to some lack of empathy.
Right. Like what if we had a great day, right? You and I, like I had a great day today, and you had a shit day. We started doing the podcast, and you're like, you know what? I just can't right now. And you reload, and I'm like, wait, I wanted to save my day. Like, does my day reset because of that? It would have to, right? Or are we just fracturing off? And there's an infinite amount of timelines, and only on your prime timeline can you. Everyone has their own prime timeline.
Sure.
And only in your prime timeline can you reload.
Yeah. So, but that being said, like if you have full agency only over your stuff, like you're going to be a lot more willing to, I feel like there's an awful lot of temptation to do whatever the fuck you want,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Why not?
Again, crimes, cheating, the list goes on. Like what could you get away with?
Yeah, right. Just experimenting on people, I'm
going to try to steal these jewels from the Louvre. Mm-hmm. If it goes wrong, I'll just reset to me at a cafe.
Right. It's like, Groundhog Day, the movie, where Bill Murray's character is just like stealing from the bank, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't give a shit.
Letting a groundhog drive a truck, that's crazy.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
So philosophical question here. If you reload before consequences, is it still wrong?
That is That is interesting because it kind of goes up to that kind of piggybacks on the causing harm, then reloading to erase the guilt. Does it erase the guilt?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you remember, like do you remember? Because you're bringing all of your agency back with you, all your memories, all of your whatever. So like, does it erase the guilt? I don't think it does. Like you'd have to go back and go, okay, I need another crack at this thing because X, Y, and Z, and you know that thing still exists in your mind. And also,
follow-up question.
Yeah.
Does intent matter if outcome doesn't?
That's good too. That's good
Justin
too.
just pointed at me furiously.
That's a fucking great question. Does intent
Because
matter?
I think it does. I think intent matters.
Outcome
like,
doesn't. Oh,
because
100%.
Even if you're like, I'm gonna go punch this guy out real quick and then hit reload, like you still went and punched someone out, even though you sort of erased that outcome. You did that, and you remember that you did that.
Absolutely. Which then, I mean, talk about having to like talk about having to write yourself. Like, what timeline am I living in? Like, if you do, like, if you keep acting like an asshole and reloading and reloading and reloading, and then you're just all of these shitty things are just they're stacking on top of each other. What a mental weight to carry. You're gonna
not only that, like, how are you
point.
gonna keep that shit straight? I can barely remember most things in my life, let alone like I'll be like, hey man, remember that time? Like I shoved that corn cob up your ass, and you're like, what? And I'm like, I
reloaded.
That was a different one. My bad.
And then I go, you reloaded that? Oh, come on, man.
Or what's even worse is you don't even know what that means because I'm the only one that has the ability to do that. You're like, what?
Yeah. What?
What are you talking about?
I was always wondering why I had such an aversion to corn.
Like, that's weird.
That's weird. No, I think the intent absolutely matters. Yeah.
I agree. So I want to do like a reload, like just a quick, like the scenario, like you tell me, is this totally fine or you should not be trusted with save points? So first one, reloading every conversation until you sound cool. Is that totally fine or should you not be trusted with save points?
You should not be trusted. I think that's if you're worried that if you're that concerned, then good Lord, when something big happens, like that's using it too much.
I agree. I think it's an overload. I don't think that's So, reloading to always win arguments.
You scare me as an individual. You should not be trusted with it.
That's sociopathic. Ego.
Yeah, that's sociopathic, narcissistic shit.
Reloading your first date 14 times.
Like to try to get laid? Like, why are we doing this? Like, don't like the intent. Don't like
to make the right first impression. It takes you 14 times.
That's right. Yeah. No, I feel like in your little list here, very few of these are going to be totally fine. So I'm going to say no. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. It feels gross to me. It feels dangerous.
Like that movie 50 First Dates.
Right. Right.
Reloading to ace tests instead of studying.
Whatever. That's fine.
Standardized tests are all bullshit anyway. They're
all bullshit anyways. Yeah.
Okay, that's one way. I mean, to one extent, you just be like, you know what? I'm not going to study. I'm just going to take the test.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's like you're also assuming you're going to get that grade back right away. You know?
How long do you got to wait, right? Like sometimes it's like, all right, by the end of the week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and you're like, fuck, got to reload to the back of the front of the week, you know?
Right? Hopefully nothing else happens that week that you want to reload.
Right. Reloading after eating something spicy as an experiment.
That I'm okay with. Like that. Yeah. That I'm okay. I'm like,
how spicy is this? Let's try.
That's all on you. You're not affecting really anyone else with that. So you're just like, all right, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of curious what a raw ghost pepper tastes like. Sure.
Right.
Carolina Reaper. Like, let's rub that in my eyes.
This
and see
is hot.
What happens.
This is hot. This is too hot. Reload.
Right.
Like, and then it's just back to you holding it like, I don't want to.
Pass.
Reloading every time you mispronounce a word in a conversation.
Like when you go to the rhododendron.
Like rotundra?
Rhododendron, yeah. The rhododendron.
That's the worst Harry Potter spell of all time. Rotundrum! Your butt explodes.
No, I don't think you should be trusted. Push through it. That builds character. If Doug can't roast you, you never build character.
If you can't laugh at yourself for saying something stupid, then what's the point of living, you know?
Forget it, yeah.
Reloading to win every trivia night question.
If I do it, it's fine. If someone else does it, fuck them.
I just think back to when you were running trivia nights.
Yep.
And,
That would make it such a long night for me. Running and hosting those. I'm like, guys, stop reloading.
You wouldn't know.
That's right. I feel like I've asked this question before.
Reloading to see which social media post performs best.
Oh, God.
Some might say that's just savvy.
Marketers would be, fucking SEO people, they would be insufferable.
It's A/B testing, man.
Oh my God. I'd say no, just because just the idea of it pisses me off.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So of those, which one do you think is the worst?
I would say the first date thing, it's, for whatever reason, it could be innocent. It just feels creepy to me.
I agree. It
Out
doesn't
of
feel
those,
right.
it feels gross.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
The
good.
argument one comes in second. That's a close
one because that one is also and some ones are pretty close to that, or reloading every conversation till you sound cool. But I think the first date one there's something very off-putting about that.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah,
especially if you're like, I'm getting laid tonight, one way or another. I'm like, oof, I don't like that. No, thank you.
Right? Like,
no,
you're using
thank
it
you.
for evil.
Yeah, I don't like that. All right, so let's take a look real quick at what some of the folks in the Discord had to say. And by the way, if you want to contribute to this, check the link in the description at youtube.com/mindgappodcast for a link to our Discord where we post about this stuff and people give their insights here and there. So let's talk about this. So Seth.
What do some of our tortured babies say?
Seth says, I would unfortunately be hitting F5 for nearly every decision. F5 is commonly the quick save option. And he's like, pizza or pasta? Better quick save. He says, I'd have a quick save folder that was measured in petabytes. And this is where he goes,
It would be like what, some cosmic hard drive that you're saving this to? Like what does it look like? It's the Tesseract.
Yeah, there you go. He goes, I'd be 40 going back to a quick save file I made in 5th grade and being like, okay, let's see what happens if I do remember to go to the bathroom before basketball practice and I don't actually shit myself during conditioning. Now, granted, I would say the rules are you get one save point. You can't just reload that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Noah says, I feel like I would most likely use it to get time back. Oh, this tutorial video on how to repair something in my car is 15 minutes. Let me watch it 8 times, then go do it.
See, that's smart. That's pragmatic. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And then Emilio says, this would be me, referring to Seth saying, hitting F5 for nearly every decision. He goes, said something that killed the mood, reload. Took a wrong step and injured myself, reload. Tasted some food that immediately let me know it wasn't going to end well, reload.
Well, that's exactly what we were just talking about. That's, too spicy.
Yeah, exactly. So there it is. So let us know if you had the ability to create a save point and reload, when would you use it and why? And would you feel bad about it? Let us know in those comments. We want to hear all about it. We'll hear all about it. Justin.
Yeah.
Speaking about save points and load points and life being a game, are you ready to do some patch notes?
Yes, I am.
So we're going to pretend life is still a game. And at this point, I'm going to give Justin some dev notes, some updates, some patches to life. And Justin's going to tell me whether or not he likes them and why. So first patch note of this episode is cereal boxes whisper encouragement during breakfast.
I like this. I see no wrong with this. I like it. I like a little start your day with a good little affirmation from your cereal. Right. Absolutely. It's like your cereal or Snapple lids, but instead of facts, it's affirmations.
You're eating a lot of sugar right now, but you're going to put it to good use at the gym. Burn, baby, burn.
Burn, baby, burn. Good job not putting too much milk on me.
Yeah, you don't want me to get soggy.
I think it's, look, I don't eat cereal enough, so what a fun little treat when I eat cereal to have it just be like, hey, I'm proud of you. Thanks, Box.
You saying you're proud of me implies that you have ownership over what I do. How do you have ownership over my life? Fuck you. Throw it away.
Get out of here, B.
Get out of here.
Because it's Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, I see. Water bottles now track hydration streaks like daily quests.
It would 100%, as we both take a sip of water, it would 100% motivate me. If you gamify something, I'm gonna get sucked into it, and so that would be an easy way
It's
to
you
get
might
me
as
to
well just
drink more
put
water.
it into a watch.
Let's
so
go.
people can be
Yep.
like, check out my hydration streak.
You see this? You see this fucking water bottle?
I'm
It's
pissing
glowing.
like all the time, man,
Yeah.
because I'm
Pissing.
hydrated.
Woo! Yeah, I think that's again no problem with that. I want it's these are all good things for you. These are all good things.
All good
Mental
things.
health, hydration health. Come on, let's go.
All good things. Doormats now greet you based on your emotional state. I love that Justin takes a real moment to breathe in what this is. And
Well,
what
no,
the
I was thinking,
possibilities are.
I'm like, is there outcomes that I would not like? Like you're too happy, so it's like, what's up, fatty? Can you get off me a little bit?
I don't think that's. You
Like
said
it's
you're too
regulating
happy?
your emotions. Yeah.
No, I imagine it matches your emotions. So if you're
Oh,
happy,
okay.
it's like, yeah, what's up, dude? If you're angry, it's like, fuck. Oh.
I don't need. Here's the thing: when I'm upset, I don't need someone reinforcing how upset I am. So
Yeah.
I feel like it would be good on the good, but man, when it swings the other way, that could be. You just walk up at your house and you're just like, and the doormat goes, yeah, life fucking sucks, right?
Some
I don't
people
need that.
suck.
Some people suck. I had a shitty day too. People always walking on me.
Yeah.
Get it?
Get it?
Walking all over me. Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
I don't like that one. No.
Yeah.
Pass.
Street curbs occasionally comment on your parking job.
Now we're talking. I want this fucking yesterday.
Now we're talking.
Yes, 100%. Yes, I want it. I want it so fucking bad.
Tell me why.
Because fucking Michigan motherfuckers can't park for shit. And here's the thing. I'd also like, when I get out of the car, I'd like for the curb to be like, you are the best parker in the city behind your wife.
But it has to be honest.
It is.
There has to be
It is, Doug. It is.
Doug, it is.
My quest will never end to call out every fucking driver up here. So yes, implement it. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, last one for this episode. Mailboxes display loot rarity icons on new letters.
Ooh.
So basically, if you get if there's just fucking garbage mail, there's just it's gray, like a common icon. But if you get a letter from Natalie or something, it's pink. It's rare,
Right.
on super.
I
and
like
then,
it.
You get a letter from the city for tax. It's legendary,
What if you get a letter for being the best parker because the curbs keep saying it, so they know it's
bright
true.
orange,
right?
Just this is a mythic.
Congrats. I would say I like it. Because man, what an easy way just to be able to grab everything from the mailbox and immediately chuck it in recycling. If it's just all gray, fuck it then. Because I get excited when there's something fun in the mail. So if I could walk up and see it glowing pink, I'm like, yes, what do we got?
We got something in here that lets me know that there's something rare and good in here. I'm here for it.
The only downside would be that if some dishonest person is walking by and they see your mailbox glowing a specific color,
I would like to think that they may be something is rare and unique and legendary in there for you, but they don't know what that means.
That's true.
'Cause
It's not like you're
different
getting
for every person.
a fucking tax return check or something in there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
yeah. And also, really, what's the best stuff we're getting in the mail these days in our mailbox?
Letters from Natalie, honestly, would probably be the best
what,
thing I could get.
What are we getting in there?
Yeah.
Nothing great.
Way too many REI catalogs is what it is.
The amount of money and resources wasted on people sending absolute dog shit in the mail.
Preach. Preach, brother.
I'm like, what are we doing? We shouldn't
Yeah.
allow this to happen. But
Preach.
that's another topic for another time.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it for another time. Patch notes in real life. Justin has spoken. Devs, better listen up.
It is decided.
Justin, what do you got to recommend
Yes.
this week?
Oh, I'm going to recommend a Netflix documentary that I just watched, which was a lot of fun. It's called Being Eddie. and it is documenting Eddie Murphy's life.
Oh.
He is the main subject. He gets to talk. A lot of times in documentaries they don't get to talk, but it kind of has him take you through his rise and then him stepping away and then where he is with everything now. And it's got other people talking about like how much of a icon he is, and really like there's a bunch of stuff that they went over in the documentary. I'm like, man, like I've always really liked Eddie Murphy, but he really was like a trailblazing legend with a lot of shit. So it was, I really enjoyed it. And Beth did too. So I would strongly recommend Being Eddie on Netflix. Watch it now.
Nice.
What do you got?
I also recommend something on Netflix. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Oh, that's on my list. Yes.
I was like, I like Oscar Isaac. Don't know anyone else that's in this, and I was like, I love Guillermo del Toro. I think that guy is just the fucking best. But I was like, it's fucking Frankenstein. Like, whatever.
Right.
I know the story of Frankenstein. I watched this 2.5 hours. I was just hooked the whole time.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
I'm like, did I never really understand what Frankenstein was? Because like I knew the monster well growing up. Like, this guy creates this thing and it's like, oh, fire, no, like whatever. Like, but I watched this. I'm like, yo, Mary Shelley, did I never really read your story or like, no, this is fucking awesome. Like, what a great look at just humans playing God and the consequences and all. I was like, this is fucking awesome. It was great. I loved it. It's fucking awesome. It's fantastic. So highly recommend it. Go check it out. It's Frankenstein.
I'm very happy that it has your full support because I've been very interested to watch that. With Frankenstein, have you seen the trailer for The Bride, the new Christian Bale movie?
That looks wild.
Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale. It looks fucking. It's bizarre, but I'm like, dude, I'm kind of here for it. Like this is gonna be.
Like, I don't know what this is, but you got my interest.
Yeah.
I'm interested. That's for sure.
So awesome, cool. Guillermo del Toro.
You're
Fuck
cool.
yeah, buddy.
Fuck yeah. Well, gang, thanks so much for hanging out with us for yet another week. We appreciate you, but we'd appreciate it more if you'd head over to youtube.com/MindGapPodcast. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's a free way of supporting us, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think about any part of this podcast. We love to hear from you. And while you're there, check the link in the description for links to our Discord, links to our Patreon, links to our merch at Redbubble, and be sure to check out Justin online as well.
On Instagram, it's at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It is the fun way of spelling it. While you're in the online realm, wherever you can get your audio podcast, you can find us there too. So go on there and subscribe and download and rate, review, and do all the things that you can do on there, and we appreciate it. The big one is sharing, though. Please do let people know that we exist. It goes such a long way, and we thank you in advance for doing so. 2east8th.com and 2east8th on Instagram, loveandimprovfilm.com, loveandimprovfilm on Instagram.
Yeah! And with that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.